Shaun either. Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we just have a technical problem, as in Shaun can't operate his mixing desk. He's just working on it. Hopefully. Someone's made their avatar in our group the Lidl logo. Why? Is it best friends with Lidl? Imogen's throwing a bot out. Oh, 4 concurrent viewers. MKB, hi. Not seen your username in here before. They say we're just experiencing technical issues, as in I'm not, but Shaun is. All the tech he's got and he still can't make it work. No doubt he's gonna slate me at some point. When he eventually manages to get on here. He's typing to me. Yeah, he's trying. The best laid plans. You got your polar bear suit on.
Polar bear?
Oh, that's best described it, innit?
Maybe a bear, but not as much as a polar bear.
It's white. It's a polar bear. That just, yeah, it's just gone weird. Nope, I don't know. Pardon?
9 people on
I've got 7, so 9 now. Shaun's just rebooting his computer, but if you want to start asking some questions, I'll start, and hopefully Shaun can join in at some point when he sorts himself out. Hopefully. Michael David, you're not late to the party. I've only just started. We're only 4 minutes in, and that 4 minutes consisted of Shaun trying to sort himself out, but he's just rebooted now. How different is the bus MOT to a car MOT? It's not that different, to be fair. It's just there's more to check, basically. You've got like all the legal lettering on a bus to check, unlike on a car. So it's pretty much the same. It just takes a lot longer and is quite more. I think it's double the price. Because what's a car MOT these days? 40 quid. Oh yeah, it's about double the price. A recent tip of £40.43. When the hell was that? It's on here, recent tip, £40.43. Must have been chunks ago. Well, it's disappeared out of Discord. We'll see if he reappears in a moment and it works. I've got a feeling it won't. It might. He tidied up his room the other day, so he's probably pulled something out and doesn't realise. So yeah, the bus MOT is not much different from a car, to be fair. Like I say, it's just a bit harder to get it through because you've got a lot more to check. So he's just rebooting and I'm just pottering about. He's doing all the work for tomorrow. Pretty much. I've done my little bit. Oh, he's just doing that now. Just goes to prove you can have all the tech in the world and it still doesn't work. Shoedale or Piccadilly Gardens? Well, neither of them are good, so yeah, don't know on that one. They're both not the best. Shoedale's like a big glass greenhouse and Piccadilly's a drug dealer's heaven. What? Oh yeah, I need to sort that out now. It's supposed to put something, but it doesn't seem to work. If I can find it. It's there, disable. That should stop the Nightbot. Do SPDs have cats? I know that a lot from the ex-London Darts had Eminox exhaust fitted. Depends on the model, as according to ADL should have a Eminox Euro 2 fitted. It now does, but when we bought it, it didn't. So yeah, a lot of them do, but as I say, it's all down to whenever they were constructed to what is supposed to go in them. That is from March 19, 2021, that tip. So yeah, like I say, ours has now got a Eminox fitted, and it makes a hell of a difference. Shaun's having great fun here. Page felt in non-page debt. I have no idea what that means. MKBE, when you preserve a bus, does it ever come with the old ticket machine fitted? If you're getting it from the operator, no, they always take the machines. They're too expensive to let go, and a lot of operators lease their machines, so yeah, you're unlikely to get a machine, unfortunately. Come on, Shawnee. See, if he's not breaking the bus, he's breaking his computer instead. Yeah, a lot of ticket machines never come. You don't. A lot of companies, a lot of the big companies, you don't even get tyres. Action. Hello. Any tips to reduce tiredness or stress? Tiredness on the job is just something you'll get, unfortunately. It's just part of driving, especially the big vehicles if they've got heavy power steering, all the concentration. The stress side of things, just ignore the passengers. Just ignore them. You know, find a lot of the time, have a chuckle to yourself. Once they've gone, have a chuckle to yourself. You know, it's one of them. You just don't let it get to you. It takes a lot. It does get to you occasionally, but stress. Just find something you enjoy doing outside of work and use that to de-stress. But yeah, just have a laugh with the passengers, and if you're not laughing with them, laugh at them once their backs are turned. As long as they don't see, there's nothing they can really do. Johnny Simulation Games, you could ask the operator for one of their old machines. A lot of operators won't keep them. It's just a wasted asset. So Michael David, do you think the Cummins 6BT is a bit underpowered for a bus that's quite heavy? No, because the buses haven't really got any lighter. The ones that are fitted with 4BTs are about the same weight, and that's obviously a smaller engine. The 6BT engine it is a big engine, but the power, it all depends on the gearbox really, because you can have an engine producing as much power as you want. If you've got a lousy gearbox attached to it, that power, all that power the engine is producing isn't getting to your driving wheels. So yeah, that's our problem. We've got a lousy gearbox. You know, it's a big gearbox for what it is. But just because it's a big gearbox, it's lousy. It's only a 4-speed, and it tops out about 47 mile an hour. I think we had out of it today, and that's full throttle. It probably would go a bit quicker if we had the engine running sweet. It is pretty sweet now, but it's not as sweet as it could be. But even then, you're not going to get much more out of it. So it is all down to that powertrain. It's the same as in a car really. You could put the biggest engine you want in a car. If you've only got a 4-speed lousy gearbox, then it's just not gonna, you're just not gonna get the power. I've got a lousy PC at the moment, Sean. I'm just doing, well, you insist on breaking things, don't you? Johnny Simulation, but the best way to get a ticket machine is to buy, yeah, you can, there's plenty online that you can find, or at shows. You'll always find, you're pretty much guaranteed to find ticket machines at shows, or if you ask some of the stall sellers that are like selling all the odd sods, you know, you can get one. If you see the famous Magic Bus, the Dominator, if you ask that guy, he will have ticket machines. He might not have them with him, but he'll have some. Johnny Simulation Games, a ZF 5-speed gearbox with a Scania E. Then unlimited. You can reach 70 on a lot of buses if they're unlimited and have enough gears, but a lot of the gearboxes are only 4-speed, because either 4 or 3, because the realisticality that it's going to go on a motorway and it's going to do motorway speeds is very slim. So you want all the grunt down low, stop starting. You know, you don't need the high end grunt to go. I know we had one at a certain company that you could do 80 in, and it flew. That was an interesting motorway journey, but yeah, after people discovered how fast it went, they comfortably sat at 70 on the motorway, until the company realised, and then it got took off the motorway run. And then it had its speed limiter fixed. That spoiled all the fun, that. Don't know how long Shaun's system restore is going to take. It sort of spoiled the plan here. Final question. What do you think you'll get to the gallon? 10-20 mpg? You're very optimistic. You're more 5 to 10, maybe a max of 15 out of something. You're not going to get much. Coaches are the best for motorways. Of course they are. That's what they're designed to do. They're designed to go on the motorway. They've got a gearbox that allows it. So that's what they're going to do. They're best at it. So yeah, but yeah, MPG, you're not getting much. Finished getting a blue screen. Well, what's causing your blue screen? Have you got a bit of RAM or something that's not quite sat right or something? I've never known you to have so many problems with that computer, Shaun. He's give up on Discord now talking to me. He's just gonna shout it in the chat instead. Hi Aaron. What do we have in here? Nothing too interesting. Yeah. All I get is page fault in non-paged area. Oh, that's useful. I'm looking for you now, Shaun.
I just got an advert.
You will. Aaron, someone's already asked that question. Okay. John, it just says test the RAM. Try taking the stick of RAM out and see if that makes a difference. Where's your cup then?
Upstairs in my bedroom, in my room.
Who did it?
You.
Well, you.
You.
What?
You.
No, you go and get your bottle if you want to drink in your bottle. That's your job if you want to drink in your bottle. If not, you can have a normal cup.
Johnny, I have a 6-speed shifter for my gaming rig. Just need a truck skirt from a truck.
The cup one.
Fair enough. And yeah, it was already asked, Aaron. Basically, no, it's not.
Is it a cup with the straw in or a bottle?
It's a cup with the straw in. The one that wraps round it is the one she's got upstairs.
Well, come get it then if you want that. Do you want just a normal cup then?
Ah, fair enough, Sean. Well, are you able to join Discord via your phone?
Like a juice bottle that you used to take to school. You thought of the pink bottles.
We want to
Is
get
that the one that
a Atlantean. That's the
where is it?
one of the aims that we'd like to get.
In my room. We'll have a look.
But yeah, an Atlantean. You what?
Complicated, isn't it?
Yeah. You know what it is, don't you?
What?
Delay me time.
Yeah, but you can tell she's tired.
Yeah,
But say like she's had a nap.
yeah,
You all tired her out.
yeah. Yeah, the Atlanteans are good. It's something that we want, but that's a very distant future dream, I think, that. Yeah. Don't know when Sean's going to be joining this. He's trying to fix the problem, but when is going to be one of them.
Hello.
Oh, he's appeared back in Discord. So
Are you there? You hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
Right, you can just have a drink of the warm water.
Play a nightmare this computer. I've just took a RAM out. Still the same issue.
That's all I can find is RAM.
Yep, that's all I found, and I'm pretty sure I've had no issues with the RAM.
Well, have you done everything you needed to do for tomorrow, or do you still need
Nope.
to do stuff? No. Well, that's going to hinder the progress, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Would you love to get one of the GM Atlanteans? Yeah, don't see why not. Well, now you've finally joined us, do you want to lead off with something?
We mean lead off with something about how today went.
Yeah, might as well.
The lovely trip out that we had to the MOT, and we only encountered one issue with the bus itself, as in with it running.
Yeah, that was convincing when you drove it.
Well, no, because I hadn't even drove it at this point.
You sat in the seat.
I did know something. When it happened, I wasn't even sat in the seat. I tapped the accelerator because it started smoking, and the throttle got stuck.
Well, there you go, you tapped it.
Wow. Because you rattled the bolt loose. But no, we had a good day out today. Bus didn't skip a single beat at all, which I was quite proud with. I'm sure you were too.
Yeah. I was just glad it didn't sound like a tank going down the road and we weren't creating the world's biggest smoke screen.
No, we did that when we got to the MOT station.
That was unreal. That didn't smoke until the second we went in for the emissions, and then it's sort of like, I want a moment now.
Like a child.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, Natalie said it's like a child.
Oh, you just-
The bus throwing
Yeah.
a tantrum.
Yeah. I don't think the guys in the HGVs were too impressed by being covered with it.
Ah, well.
Wait, no, probably here, isn't it?
No.
Oh, that one.
But we did pass an emissions test.
Your rainbow one.
Yeah, we did,
Yellow one.
legitimately.
Okay.
Which, well, like he said, it's looking for black smoke, not white smoke, so
Yes.
it's nothing to be too concerned of. MKBE has asked, have any of your buses ever overheated? Oh, we've hit the jackpot.
So you wash it. No, don't drink it.
Been washed that cup recently.
Yeah, just rinse it.
Yeah, when we had 7176.
Yeah.
That's it, put some water down.
Conveniently, again, it was when I was driving it.
Yeah, it was my repair though.
Well, you shouldn't walk into things that will hurt you.
It was my repair that did the, what's it?
Your bodge that caused it.
It worked, didn't it? Right
Yeah,
until
until
it stopped working. But yeah, we've overheated. I think on one day we must have overheated about 7 times.
At least, yeah, it's the compressor that is mainly overheating.
Well, it's the compressor that didn't make it through to the end, did it?
No.
Yeah. So yeah, we've 7176 seemed to like motorways. Aaron, no. 7176 had a meltdown if you took it anywhere near a motorway or any high-speed road.
All they had to do was look at a motorway and it'd throw a pipe off, dump its water, or go throw an alarm on saying it's too hot.
Yeah. Johnny Simulation Gamer, one Scania Solar in Trent Barton's fleet has kick down enabled, and they could leave a Scania R500 behind with just driver in second gear. Well, they can be quick, yeah. Tommy Morton, who's one of our new members on YouTube, I believe. What would you think about ever opening up a little town service bus route?
Far too much work.
Yeah, far too much work. It's enough work when we do a free bus service on for the day. Talking of which, we'll be at Newton Willows again this year, where the bus will probably laugh at us again and just keep plodding round.
Oh, we didn't lose too much oil today.
No, at least we know it's still leaking though.
Yeah.
But I still reckon that leak is residual of whatever is there.
We need a steam clean or a jet wash yourself.
Yeah. But yeah, it was fine. Brakes were... They passed,
Fine.
but they need some work.
Yeah.
They need disassembling and reassembling.
Just need a good clean is all.
Aaron, will you ever go to the Great Harwood Bus Rally? Yes, we're attempting to do it this year. We'll only be doing one of the days, but we do intend on going up there. Unless we can maybe find a cheap hotel or something up there, then we might stay. Because we won't use any fuel, because we'll have the bus. But all depends on what's going on in the area. And obviously you got transport then from the rally site to wherever the hotel is, because you can't exactly use the bus. So, but yeah, no, we're doing Great Harwood. We came from there, so we want to return with a bus that actually functions. Unlike when we took it away and it functioned, but it was still all badly broken. Some guys did it by hours. They run a small town route. Can't imagine it's very profitable though. They might have got a subsidy for it,
Give me a kiss now.
which means it depends on operating costs, but essentially it pays for itself, and they don't get to see any of the profits from it, but
Brush your teeth, yeah.
it's paid for. Yeah, she's brushed her teeth.
Did you? Good girl. Right, you have a nice sleep.
But yeah, no, the MLT was good. The bus warmed up on the way back when we shut the windows at least. But yeah, no, it went, and we had yeah,
About 90 miles in total today, and did quite well.
something like that. We had kick down even though the cable wasn't connected, which was weird. Because on the darts it uses a cable to work out where the throttle is for the gearbox, and we completely forgot about it until we're halfway there. The cable was not actually connected, but we still had kick down, and the kick down's only activated by that cable as far as I'm aware. Don't think there is a switch on the throttle, but I'm not really close to look, to be fair, but I'm sure there's not a switch on the throttle.
Let's see.
It's up to you.
But yeah, so the gearbox was switching via road speed, which made it a bit jumpy, but it was still good enough.
Yeah, but once it was warm, it was fine.
How many days am I birthday?
One whole month.
Jordan, will you ever do a wee route for your subscribers? So basically, you can do the 464 like sort of day out. We run at shows for the subscribers. Basically, we'll always do a trip or two at certain shows if we know the area, so they can have a ride. But
But how many weeks?
it just depends
Really?
on what we're doing.
Again?
I mean, a lot of the time we're filming, so
What is
the less noise and disruptions, the better.
I see the tower,
Well,
but like it
Yeah, we run at shows for that.
87 days and then we go away on a plane again. It'd be good, won't it?
I'm up to, we got 9 viewers at the moment. I can't think of what else to say. We've got a list of jobs that need doing. They weren't up on the MLT, but once we've seen underneath now, we do have a
Cleaners maybe as well.
list of jobs that
No, if I buy you
are on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as most of you will know, we don't really have access to underneath the bus. So being able to go underneath at the testing station and actually have a look at the chassis and the pipe work that's under there, it gives us an idea of what we actually need to be aiming to do and doing. So we know we need to do that. This microphone is knackered.
Oh, this yours works.
Yeah, I'm clipping like hell now.
Well, I restarted my computer to fix mine, and now my computer doesn't want to work.
Well, that's just...
And I've
Yeah.
removed and put the RAM picks around, and it's still not on.
the only other thing it says online is do it run system check disk,
Yeah, I've done that.
or the SFS, the system file checker, or the
Yeah.
deployment image service management.
Doing a memory test now, but Jackson Thomas Brisson, just about to take my series test for drive. I'm a bit nervous about it. Any tips? Straight along the way. Take your time. Do plenty of the one on like the PSV discs if you've got them. But when you get to the end, if you've got the time left, there's a back arrow. Go back. Right, flag any you don't know, so you can skip them or whatever. When you get to the end, if you've still got time, click the back button, go right back to the start, and double check every answer. And any of those ones that you've got flagged, when you submit your test, they'll then show up again, so you can check the answers on them. Or if you're not sure, you can just put a random answer or whatever, and then go through. So in essence, you're triple checking your answers. Obviously, you get I think it's 2 hours to do 100 questions, if I remember rightly.
Is it? I can't remember how long you get for them.
Yeah, it's either an hour for 100 questions or 2 hours for 100 questions.
I think it's an hour.
Yeah, I know when I did mine, I think I did mine it took me 15 minutes to do mine, and I got 96 or 98 or 100.
They're all pretty much common sense, aren't they? And some of them are there to trick you up, so it might be the same question later on in the test, but with different answers or a slightly different wording.
And then
Essentially, the question's the same.
Yeah, and when you do have that, then if the word is slightly different, obviously sometimes it could be the same question, and it's like it'll confirm your knowledge on one of the early questions you weren't sure on. But it's like when you come to do your hazard perception as well, click when you see it, and then also click when it actually happens as well, because it's not clicking too often, but it covers your back end in case you've clicked too early. And obviously, as long as you're not going click, 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 you go in click, and then click, you're fine, and you're not going to get marked down or lose any points.
Yeah. Every time you see a potential hazard, just click. Might not be the one the test is actually looking for, but you don't know what one it's looking for until after the clip, really. And some of them can be quite obscured with what actual hazard they're looking for, and you'll have the one that has 2 hazards in it.
Jade?
So yeah, you got to watch out for that one. Tommy Morton, what do you think about the new driverless bus services that have started in Scotland? Well, they're not exactly driverless, are they? Because they've still got to have a driver sat with them to monitor the automated system. And I can't think of anything more boring than being a steering wheel attendant.
Well, that's not even a steering wheel attendant, is it?
Wow.
At least with being a steering wheel attendant and driving, being in a bus, then, you do actually have to turn the wheel and do something. Whereas it's a steering wheel supervisor. You're
That's
making
a
sure the
very
steering
posh
wheel
name
turns
for
the way it should itself.
Yeah, possibly. I think it's good in a way. I think there's some safety systems that could be fitted to buses, but driverless ones where the driver still has to sit with it is a bit like the Docklands Light Railway, really, isn't it? Where there still has to be someone on the train in case it goes wrong. But I think driverless cars and stuff like that, I think there's a lot going on that the system can't quite correct for and plan for. I mean, it can plan for if someone stops in front of you and stuff like that, but a kid running out in the road, it might have a quicker reaction time than you, it might not, I don't know. And then you only have to have a look at like Tesla's autopilot system, and that's a bit of hit and miss. I think Sean's trying to concentrate on doing something now. MKB, I'm fairly sure half the route isn't driverless. It probably isn't. It's probably the main open stretches. I'm pretty sure I read somewhere now that there's certain stretches of motorway that you can drive hands off the wheel basically, but you still have to be there in case. But I think it's like certain models of cars as well can only do it. I'll have to check that now.
I got 12 more weeks.
I don't think any can do it in the UK as of yet. I know Teslas are able to do it in certain places in the States, and only in certain states. But I don't think the UK has actually allowed for Tesla autopilot.
I'm sure I read somewhere. Yeah, first hands-free self-driving for British motorways. It's Ford's system. That's been allowed. It is usable on a geo-fenced area of 2,300 miles of motorway. It's over 95% of the network in England, Scotland and Wales. It's called Blue Cruise. The car can automatically brake, accelerate, reposition in a lane, but will sound a warning and slow down if it detects the driver is not paying attention to the road or if it leaves the motorway.
But that stuff like that's been around for ages, because you've got active cruise control, which will automatically slow itself down and speed itself up based on the vehicle distance in front of you. You've then got lane assist, which will activate a slight bit of steering if you are not in the middle of the lines or whatever else.
Off that fucking unit! Why is it off?
It fell off.
And that's what Jay did before. I blame that on you.
It remains a driver assist feature. But yeah, so basically they can drive with their hands off the wheel on the motorways if you've got Blue Cruise, which with a £18 a month subscription to add on to the £50,000 electric car price.
And then because it's over £40,000, you've got to pay the extra yearly tax fee of £335.
Yeah. So yeah, you can now drive hands-free on UK motorways, but only if you've got certain cars with a certain system. So yeah. Right. Aaron, I currently drive a Peugeot 106 D-turbo. It's straight pipe, lots of smoke comes out. That's because you've got nothing to catch it. If it's straight pipe, you've just got nothing in there to catch it. Tommy Morton, yeah, I think they also come with a captain now, as well as paying double the wages for 2 staff on it. Can you imagine that? I am the captain of a bus. That's a very posh name for conductor. Joseph Williams, hello mate, really enjoying your videos, keep up the great work, we'll do our best.
We do try.
1 minute.
Have you honestly left me to keep these wonderful viewers entertained somehow?
Picking up the door that they're all complaining about. Yeah, we'll do our best. We've got we seem to be finding a system now with the videos, and they seem to be doing a bit better. So yes, it's, oh dear, we're getting there with them. I'm tired.
You stop yawning.
Oh, maybe I need to go to bed soon. I'm up for work at 6.
Oh, lovely.
Tommy, I think it's all a bit daft, to be honest. It sounds a bit daft. Really does. It's not gonna be a chat or pickup line, is it? Although I bet a lot of them will edit out the bit that it's the captain of a bus. It's just, I'm a captain.
Well, it's like you know, if you're going to get a new girlfriend, you've got, you know, you drive a £250,000 company vehicle. You've got a nice corner view office. You know, you've got glorious sights of Manchester. Well, what do? One bus driver. You know, it goes down a storm, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Never really worked for me. The most I got was Natalie with free rides. I used to drop her outside the place she was staying. Even on when she was on Hyde Road, I used to just pull up outside. Just before that pub, you know, Bellevue. Not
Yeah.
Bellevue. Debdale.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
She used to pull up there. You know, just do what you want. Sure, a stagecoach ever found out that I'd have been in trouble, but no. Jackson, I was on a lesson today driving a bus. Unfortunately, the gearbox failed, so I had to stop the bus and get recovery. It was stuck in. Yeah, it happens. It's good practice for what to do while you wait for recovery.
I was going to say, I know there's one bus from when we were at a company, and that gearbox, it would constantly have an issue where once it got hot, it would then only allow you into first and second gear. So you'd be doing 25, 30 down the road, the engine absolutely revving its back end off until you turned it up and turned it on again.
Yeah.
But it was a good bus.
UK Paul, hi mate, how's your job going as a bus driver? It's going fine. It's going fine. Should have an interesting day tomorrow. Yeah, it's going fine. Can't say too much about it. Aaron, so Jordan, are you going to Fleetwood? In theory, yes. there's nothing really stopping us from attending Fleetwood. We do have an issue to sort out, but that should be a quick and easy fix. So yeah, we should be at Fleetwood. There's no reason really why it can't attend. Probably.
Well, Fleetwood, it would be a case of get up there, park up, won't it?
Yeah. And
So,
made it to Middlewich on the motorway, so I can't see why it won't make it to Fleetwood.
no, neither. We've had a couple of nice motorway runs in it while we've had it, and it's never skipped a beat.
Yeah. YouTube doing the same thing. YouTube's not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth stream. That's because I'm not moving about enough. Stupid thing. So yeah, there's 99.9% chance that we'll be doing Fleetwood.
Well,
Obviously.
you'll be doing Fleetwood. I'll be when you're driving up to Fleetwood. I will be in the air about 38,000 feet.
Oh, you'll be in a different sort of bus.
Yeah, it will be. It will be a different sort of bus because I'm flying with EasyJet, and they primarily use it Airbus.
Yeah.
I think it's an A319 that I'm going on.
Are you going from Manchester?
Yes, I am.
You coming back? Well, you'll be coming back to Manchester. There's a good chance with EasyJet you'll end up in a bus.
Oh, tasty.
Depends where you're going.
Yeah.
UK Paul, have you drove an Optare Solo? Yes, I drove them at High Peak. What an appalling piece of junk. Absolutely appalling.
Well, you had a High Peak. You had a Middleton.
Yeah,
You're a
but
couple of your current place, aren't you?
you are?
You've had them at High Peak. You've had them at Middleton as well.
Yeah.
When you're along there, and have you got a couple where you are now?
No, we don't. They're not solos.
Oh, they're not.
No, they are.
Versus.
Yeah, Versus. Still an appalling piece of junk. I think anything with the Optare badge on it is an appalling piece of junk. Even the MLT guy today, he agreed. They're just junk. Fail MLTs like no tomorrow, apparently.
Well, they do. They also like to make themselves explode when you're trying to fix them, don't they?
Yeah.
Charlotte's one.
Yeah, that was an old Optare, that. I still would love to know what was wrong with that bus, because it bloody fixed it and it still didn't bloody work.
Yeah. MKB, you need to change the L for an SH, and there's your answer.
Well, yeah, I've never driven a street light, so no idea. Couldn't really comment on them. I know from a few drivers they're supposedly not very reliable. That's all. I mean, why do you... Excuse me. Yes, we had them at Selwyn's, but I didn't drive them at Selwyn's. Oh yeah, no, I drove them once at Selwyn's as a taxi vehicle to get me to a hotel to take over a coach. And I took it down the motorway and it was horrible. It felt like... It was only the little diddy one, but it felt like the steering wasn't connected. It was horrific. Because of all that weight on the back. As soon as you sort of hit motorway speeds, the front end comes up a bit and you're sort of going down the road just clutching on and hoping that when you turn the wheel you're actually going to turn.
Lovely.
It was horrible.
Jackson took recovery recovery almost 3 hours to come and rescue me. I was blocking traffic. That's normal for recovery.
Yeah. Don't worry about blocking the traffic. You can't do out. Put the universal signal up, which is the bonnet up, and sit there and twiddle your thumbs and have a good laugh at everyone getting frustrated at you. Or the idiots like I had on that night I broke down coming back from Glossop, where I couldn't quite make it over. I was at the junction at Denton Island just after the M67, bonnet up, steam pouring out the back of it, and someone still went to drive up the back of it and bibbed at me to say, move. I'm fucking stood at the side of it, mate. Can't you see? Bonnet's open, steam's coming out of it. It's broken. It's always a good laugh. The amount of people that will go up behind a broken down bus and then complain that they're stuck behind a broken down bus, even though, you know, you can open the boot, four-way flashes on, and it's still, they're absolutely clueless. So
Most drivers nowadays, most car drivers are like sheep and just follow everyone else.
well, there's that, and the road ends at the bonnet.
I had it the other day. I was near a traffic centre in my car, and I was following the highway code and merging in turn because it was roadworks. Someone decided to try and stop me from getting in even though I was halfway over, and then had the audacity to beep at me and give me a load of hand gestures because he thought I was in the wrong.
Oh dear. I don't think I'll be at this for much longer. I'm knackered. Yeah. How's your computer coming along?
I'm currently doing a memory diagnostic test, and I am overall 34% complete.
Oh, sounds like it's going to be a long time for you.
Yep.
You in work tomorrow?
Yep.
Oh, unfortunate.
Luckily, I've done the basics for what we need tomorrow. I was working on a couple of other little bits, but they're not essential.
Well, as long as there's enough for us to do what we need to do tomorrow, then that's fine.
Well, there's the 3 that we've discussed done.
Yeah.
So it's
Well,
a start.
hopefully the computer will come on sooner rather than later.
Hopefully, we'll see.
We are losing viewers now. We've been going just shy of an hour.
Oh, we just gained one.
Anyway, I'm going off to get a test at 8 in the morning. Have a good night. Don't worry about your test. Just treat it as any other drive and you'll be absolutely fine. There's nothing to worry about.
I think you said it was your theory test.
Well, either way, just treat it as you're practicing.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll be fine. As I say, most of them are common sense. Really easy.
Some of them are a good laugh. It's just idiocy in 101.
I'm going to have to find the discs for the PSV discs that I've got somewhere. And we're going to have to just do some tests for a laugh and just check some knowledge.
All the questions are online.
Yeah, they should be.
Because that's how I did the quizzes. Well, I started them, I've not finished them yet.
Yeah.
I hate you, Google at times when it suggests something you're like, no, that's not what I want. I can't find the site now that I was using. But yeah, they're all pretty straightforward. Nothing to really mither about. I can't find the ones I was looking for or using the other day. I'm knackered for creating the rest of the test. But yeah, they're just, some of them are silly. The case study's just as bad because all the answers are there.
Yeah.
So
Just about how you interpret the text.
yeah, there's plenty of practice. It's like this one, I've just found it in the Google images. A bus has stopped at a bus stop ahead of you. Its right hand indicator is flashing. You should flash your headlights and slow down. Sound your horn and keep going. Slow down and give way if it's safe to do so, or slow down and then sound your horn. I mean, there's only one that's ever... that could even be close to that. Because you're not supposed to flash your headlights. You're not supposed to sound your horn. So all you can do is slow down and give way if it's safe to do so.
Yeah.
So, well, we seem to be dropping viewers, so maybe it might be a time to end this.
Yeah, you get yourself off to bed. I'm going to try and fix my computer. If I can't fix it, Jordan, got a new computer?
No.
I only built it 3 years ago.
It'll be something silly.
It's done it on and off for ages, but recently it's been doing it every single time I load up, and then after 2 or 3 times it usually loads up and it's fine. But this
You've not
time
got a
no.
hard
it
drive
worked.
failing, have you?
Don't know. Well, no, because my Windows is on an M.2 SSD, so I hope not.
That's all I can think. Yeah, but it pages certain stuff done it elsewhere.
Yeah.
So that's all I can think is maybe you've got a hard drive that's going a bit meh.
Possibly, yeah.
So, but right, we're off, guys. As our views have dropped, and as I say, I think I'm ready for bed. So it's been a long and tiring day.
It has indeed.
So thank you so much for watching. Keep tuned for tomorrow for the big surprise. You won't regret it. And take this opportunity as well, if you can, to press the join button down below, or send in any donations you possibly can that will help with the project. Obviously this is completely up to you guys, and we should hopefully keep updated. We'll have a full proper video up soon, and yeah, thanks for watching.
Bye bye.
Bye.